Hey guys, this is Robin Renegade, and you're listening in on Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hello, and welcome to the show with Wrestling with Entertainment, bringing you the latest exclusive breaking news, previewing and reviewing the latest shows from WWE, AEW, New Japan, and everything in between every Saturday, and interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Saturday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy. Use promo code Wrestling with E for 10% off your next purchase. I am, of course, that guy, James J, alongside the little squad, Coleco Yachts.
Why did Karen push Control Alt Enter? Because she wanted to see the task manager.
And, and the American Scooter Dust.
Why are sorority girls odd? Because they can't even.
Going from jokes to maybe a not such great topic. It is not a great day for wrestling, as long former WWE superstar Del Wilkes passed away earlier this week. You may have known him better as the Patriot for his '97 run against Bret Hart.
And his mid '95 run as part of Stars and Stripes with Marcus Bagwell as well. But unfortunately, now it's time for me to delve into something I've done probably way too much of at this point and discuss the life and career of the man known as Del Wilkes, aka the Patriot. Born in the other Queen City, Columbia, South Carolina, offensive lineman for the Gamecocks. Go Gamecocks! Where he was also one of 4 All-Americans from South Carolina, from University of South Carolina. That being the other one being George Arders in 1980, Melvin Ingram in 2011, and Jadeveon Clowney in 2012. He eventually, football didn't pan out as he failed to make the Tampa Bay Bucks and the Atlanta Falcons in '85 and '86 consistently, and that's when he turned to pro wrestling. Wilkes started out in the American Wrestling Association, starting out under his real name before returning under the ring name The Trooper. He wrote his opponent's tickets after beating them as part of a police gimmick, and he would also hand out plastic police badges to the fans. Wilkes won his first title, the AWA World Tag Team Championship, with DJ Peterson on August 11th, 1990, at the final AWA television taping. And this would make them the last AWA World Tag Team Champions ever. Let's see, what else here? The funny thing is that year, in January '91, Pro Wrestling Illustrated and its other sister publications withdrew recognition of the AWA World Championship status, but continued to recognize the AWA World Tag Team Champions. Funny thing there. Wilkes then made his way down south to something I remember very fondly from my childhood, the Global Wrestling Federation. He became the first GWF television champion in 1991, as well as a feud with Al Perez over the GWF North American Championship. And to show you how much the Patriot really lived this gimmick, when he won a title and found out that his opponent had his foot on the ropes, he would voluntarily give the title back. Very, very interesting. And 2 years before there was ever anything like The Undertaker versus The Undertaker, there was the Patriot versus the Dark Patriot.
Isn't that just the anti-Patriot?
Well, they were both in the same place at the same time. So January 31st, 1992, the Dark Patriot and the Patriot faced off in a title match for the GWF title. GWF North American title. The Patriot lost to the Dark Patriot and left, and that's when Del Wilkes wrestled for the WWF the first time around as the Trooper. He did a number of tapings with enhancement talent. He would, against Tom Stone, Brooklyn Brawler. His most famous matches during that unseen 92 run were against Rick Martel, Paul Diamond, and Rebo Man. Wilkes would also wrestle between 92 and 94 in All Japan Pro Wrestling, where he would form a tag team with Jackie Fulton, who wrestled as the Eagle, to match the Patriot gimmick. The Patriot and the Eagle would become All Asian Tag Team Champions, beating Kenta Kobashi and Tsuyoshi Kikuchi. It would hold the title for 3 months before losing to Doug Furnas and Dan Crawford, a.k.a. Phil LaFon, the Can-Am Connection. Patriot and the Eagle finished 7th in the World's Strongest Tag Determination League, which is something they should really bring back. Of course, Wilkes then signed with WCW in 1994, teams with Marcus Alexander Bagwell to form Stars and Stripes. They feud with Pretty Wonderful over the WCW World Tag Team Championships. The teams battled and exchanged victories in non-title matches for several months. 1 week after losing the titles at Fall Brawl 94, Stars and Stripes defeat Pretty Wonderful on a WCW Saturday Night episode to win the tag titles. They held it for a month, lost them back to Pretty Wonderful at Halloween Havoc 94, then regained them the following month at Clash of the Champions in a match where the Patriots mask was on the line. And then a month later, Stars and Stripes lost the titles again to Harlem Heat.
Talk about a hot potato.
Yeah, in a match that was taped in December but would not air until January 14, 1995. There was a return to All Japan after Del Wilkes no-showed Slamboree 95. So, you think about this, you gotta wonder how close we ever were to getting Hulk Hogan versus the Patriot.
Debatable.
Yeah, that was probably never even on the table. But he returned to All Japan, where he formed a team with Johnny Ace.
Hey, I know that guy.
Basically, he would continue in Japan until he would return to the World Wrestling Federation, wrestling Billy Gunn in a dark match at the end of June 97, and then he would debut on TV 2 weeks later in what I remember is one of the most memorable Raws of the time, because at the time you had the heel Hart Foundation. Bret Hart was going
One
off on
time out,
everybody. Yep. You had Brett, Owen, the Bulldog, Neidhart, and Pillman all in the ring, and then slowly, one by one, people start coming out to essentially match up. Steve Austin, Shawn Michaels, Sid, Goldust, I believe.
Yep.
And then the Patriot, which was the biggest surprise, because that very night, the Patriot. I'm sorry, no. 2 weeks later, the Patriot would wrestle Bret Hart in what was his first real Raw match, and then he would beat Bret Hart in a non-title match. God, it was so unbelievable. Patriots' biggest title match, of course, In Your House, Ground Zero. If you want to check that out, go back into our archives and check out our In Your House watch along. That the match between Patriot and Bret Hart was my pick.
It sure was.
The Patriot would, unfortunately, his career would kind of taper off. He would team with Vader to face Bret Hart and the British Bulldog at In Your House, Bad Blood, in a flag match, an event that was already unfortunately tainted due to the unfortunate passing of Brian Pillman. Wilkes' final match was on an episode of Shotgun Saturday Night, November 1st, 1997, where he lost to Jim Neidhart by disqualification. After he left the WWF, Wilkes retired due to a torn triceps. He then admitted that he used anabolic steroids and cocaine almost throughout his entire career, including his days in college football. He spent 9 months in prison in 2002 for forging a prescription due to his addiction to painkillers, which, having firsthand knowledge, that is an absolute horrifying battle that takes every fiber of your being to overcome. Wilkes eventually would get sober, return to Columbia, South Carolina, where he found solace as a Nissan salesman. Wilkes would eventually sell the Patriot gimmick to Tom Brandi, aka Sell Sincere. And of course, Tom Brandi would not have any success, no matter what gimmick he had. And unfortunately, Wilkes passed away literally 2 days ago from the time of this airing. But how, I don't know if it's ironic or if it's fitting, or if it's like a fitting memoriam that a man who wrestled as the Patriot passes away 3 days before Independence Day.
I'd say that's pretty problematic.
Either way, casual fans might not know him. Hardcore fans will.
Yes.
And to that, Joe Wilkes, you will be missed. Perhaps the most significant contribution of his career didn't come from him, but it came from Jim Johnston in the form of theme music,
Yes.
metal, which would go on to be reused by Kurt Angle. And the one thing I do remember is that they wanted to bring the Patriot in to feud with Kurt over the theme music.
That would have been interesting. But
But
unfortunately, injuries and demons kind of got the better of him at that point.
nonetheless, Chim, here's to you, Tom. Dell. Great. Now I got myself confused with Tom Brandy. Damn it. I need more to drink.
And it's a little piece of trivia that the Patriot had a major feud with Bret Hart in almost up to the Montreal Screwjob. I mean, it was literally a month prior that he wrestled him at Bad Blood and Ground Zero. So he definitely had. It's gratifying that he did have that one big match the for the big one, before he kind of hung up the boots.
Yes. And of course, I'll never forget, I love this finishing move, the Uncle Slam.
And like you said, we did watch along that match against Bret Hart at Ground Zero. If you want to go back and maybe rewatch it or watch it for the first time, we definitely recommend that. Kalika, you have anything you want to say about Del Brooks before?
Well, personally, I think Scooter pretty much. I feel like when I die, I need him to do my eulogy. Because damn it, man, that dude is on it.
I mean, we got to create a Wikipedia page for you, though.
I mean, maybe we'll see. But the one thing I always say, these things suck, man, and the number one thing that I always say is, man, I hate that we're just starting to open as a country, so he couldn't really get to go out there and do his thing at wrestling shows or wrestling meetups. And the one thing that I will say, just for any of these people, man, it's just like, it sucks. He got his time. He was one of the few people that could say he fought for the WWF championship at that time.
Yes.
So that in itself, that's not a very big list. His contributions of, like you said, like Scooter said, man, the hardcore fans will remember. It truly sucks. And the one thing I will say for any fan, man, like any wrestler that like had an influence on you, man, just it takes nothing to message them and say thank you or give them their due while they're here. You know what I mean? And I was just about to say that, because as me and James, I was about to tell him that LAX Fan Fest is coming back in the LA area and in September. So they have a lot of wrestlers. You got the usual headliners, but you got those guys that are on there that that contributed and put their bodies on the line, man. And one thing I always try to do is I go and say thank you to all the mofos, man, because it's like you never know what's gonna happen, man. And it just sucks, bro. Like, it truly, I can't I can't say nothing other than this sucks. And man, talk to these people and get the stories while they're here, man. Because when they're gone, no one can tell their story for them.
That being said, Del Wilkes, WWE Hall of Famer.
Whew, now that is it's iffy. It's very iffy.
Yeah, that's yeah.
It's iffy because there's so many people that are trying. There are so many wrestlers that are people trying to get in before him. Keep in mind, like the British Bulldog, like people were trying to get British Bulldog in the Hall of Fame for like, I felt like 6 years.
And
Not to mention the Owen Hart, people trying to get Owen Hart and maybe a Vader or maybe, you see what I'm saying? So it's a lot. It'll be a lot of people before it gets to him. X-Pac got a better shot than Del Wilkes.
And Xbox been in twice already, so
Exactly.
Yeah.
But also, his WWE career was only 5 months.
Yeah. So unless he came in, won the title off rip, it ain't it. Nah. I mean, not saying that he got a better shot at the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame than the WWE Hall of Fame.
He's got a better shot at the Legacy class.
That kind of sucks.
That's true. But the Legacy class in itself, Luthez was in. People don't know that. Luthez is in the WWE Hall of Fame as a Legacy class.
I mean, yeah, because nobody wants to see, a 75-year-old guy. I don't know, or am I confusing him with Vern Gagne? I don't know. They both wanted the spotlight when they were going through Alzheimer's. So,
whether he does get his flowers in WWE as a Hall of Fame or Pro Wrestling a Hall of Fame, I think we could all agree he definitely deserves it. And until then, our thoughts and prayers go out to his friends and family. Now to some wrestling entertainment news. Last week on the show we interviewed Robin Renegade, and which was a pretty spectacular interview, if I do say so myself. We definitely covered a lot with Robin. No, guys?
Oh, that thing took like 15 left turns. I swear to God, I swear I had a question, and when she said something, I'm like, wait a minute, what? We gotta go here.
And think about it. This was only half of the story. She is a twin, and we've yet to talk to her sister. So maybe that will come up in the near future. Who knows?
Oh, we got to, because I gotta hear this the Biggie part. We heard the Pac part. I gotta hear the Biggie part.
Next week on the show we got Janai Kai. Janai's a bit of a renegade herself, not really belonging to one company, and we definitely cover a lot of that. Especially her time with Bloodsport, her boyfriend Yoya, and what it's like to team with him, and fight him as well. And just a lot of great content with Janai. She might have an issue with our friend Gabriel Ferza, pertaining to the Karate Kid, but that's another conversation for another time.
Oh yeah, that's got to have a Karate Kid debate. That I'll put it that way. There's gonna be we got to do that one. Hell, at least do the entertainment part.
The week after that, we got Anthony Idol, a grizzled veteran of this business. It's definitely that one I go solo, and it's definitely a fun conversation. And if you listen to our Hunter Freeman interview, his bizarre adventure with unnamed people. Well, Anthony Idol does have names, and you will get another perspective of that Hunter Freeman story.
Um,
So you definitely do not want to miss Anthony Idol. And then the week after that, Brutal Bob Evans. So July is stacked.
oh yeah, it is. It is. It is. It is very, very stacked indeed. Um, there is a big piece of news that we might have overlooked, and that is the most recent entrant announced for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match.
Oh, we're jumping into the news now?
Well, we didn't mention prior to going on the air. Um,
Yeah. Well, but now that we're, done putting ourselves over, we could get into the news. So,
it's a huge shock. It's Zelina Vega.
then that means we're getting a little Tommy End action in WWE as well, no?
Nope.
There goes the Zelina Vega Andrade reunion that Andrade was hoping for in AEW.
I mean, could the fact that Andrade's Dynamite debut is coming up?
Very true, against Matt something.
Side,
Seidel,
not
ain't it?
isn't Seidel?
Is it?
Corey?
Maybe.
It's Matt something. Matt
Mac-
something.
There's a lot of Matts. Matt Hardy, Matt Camp, Matt.
No, it's Seidel. But he clearly he cannot pronounce Seidel, so he just calls him Matt something.
I don't blame him. Matt's a common name, so we could have said Matt Hardy, and that would have been something.
But I mean, the fact that Zelina Vega gets brought back.
And in a high-profile match as well.
I mean, we did reveal that she was at the Performance Center.
But wasn't that prior to Aleister Black getting fired?
That was prior to Alistair's release. But with her Twitch channel, going on, and with Alistair now being the one who's on it more than she will be now, this is just like everybody just got released. Now it's like it's like seller's remorse. It's not buyer's remorse. It's seller's remorse.
You're absolutely right about that. It seemed like Zelina had a good rapport with Vince McMahon, and they were giving her a bit of a push before she did get released. And I think the release was it was
Premature.
premature.
Bullshit.
Well, yes, but it was kind of like a reprimand thing, but that just didn't kind of work out in WWE's favor nowadays. But I do feel like whoever's making these firings isn't telling Vince McMahon who they're firing. And once they say, once they find out, they're like, "Oh shit, I need to get this person back." Does it feel that way, or is it just feel like they're just throwing crap at the wall at this point?
I think they're like having a party with Vince. They're blindfolding him. They're spinning him around a couple of times, and they're like, "Okay, Vince, pin the tail on something," and whoever it lands on gets released.
I think it's more of they're trying to play the salary cap game for the stockholders. That's what I feel like it's more of. Because people who they're firing are either people who are low end or extremely high end as far as money. Like Braun was like 6-7 figures, so of course they were going to get rid of him. And they're not thinking; they're thinking more about the bottom line versus the personality.
Right.
I mean, at this point, it you might as well, be married to a released WWE superstar and, claim to have a drug habit and go to rehab on their dime.
What do you
I
mean?
mean, because you'd benefit more that way than actually working for the company at this point.
Well, in the
You
case
better,
of Selena and Alistair, it kind of seems like they're playing hot potato with that couple. First we fire Selena, then we give Alistair a puss. Now we fire Alistair. Now we bring back Selena. What?
Well, I heard that they're thinking about bringing him back because it was more of like I think a lot of people have came out where it's like they didn't know what to do with him type of deal.
But
So
they were giving him a push. He was wrestling Big E.
he was the All Father, or the Dark Father, or whatever.
But I always felt like he was better with that loner gimmick though. Like that to me was his thing. Like he's just by himself.
I mean, how did we know? It was only like a 2-week promo trial. Nothing really got, fleshed out. We never got to see the potential of that character.
I mean, they're playing double dutch with the man's career.
They're playing
That
double
is true.
dutch with the Dutch.
You got it.
Somebody that they're definitely playing double dutch with is Bronson Reed. He lost the North American Championship to Isaiah Swerve Scott earlier this week. Watching that, I was like, yep, they'll probably bring Bronson up. Do you guys feel the same way?
Yep. That's the only reason they would take it off of him. But it also, you remember when we had that discussion about
who's leprecharian?
No. What the fuck is it? Will Ospreay. There we go. You remember when Will Ospreay first formed that faction and no one really took him seriously till he won the title?
Right.
That is what Hit Row needed. No one was going to take them for real.
Yeah.
Until somebody pays a price. And at this point, our guy paid the price, Bronson Reed, and now Hit Row can be taken seriously as a faction.
And it doesn't matter how many MLW titles you've won in the past.
Oh my god, I forgot to mention, we're also interviewing Alex Kane.
Thank you. You're welcome.
I'll have to get that. So, now that Bronson is probably most definitely, without a doubt, going to WWE Dynamite. What do you see him?
No, JR.
What do you see him landing? A Raw, a SmackDown? A Dynamite.
I feel like he would be a Raw dude just because of the simple fact of they got rid of Braun. Watch they name him Bronson, and then Bronson.
Here's Braun's son Reed.
Oh no! Just stop it.
Reed Strowman.
Reed
my
Strowman. I will turn that shit off so fast.
Except,
oh my!
Except Braun is the mother and Raquel Gonzalez is the father.
Damn,
Oh my
who saw that
God.
coming? Talk about a swerve, bro.
Hashtag baby dick.
So dumb, man.
Oh, I mean, unless they call him like Bam Bam Bronson.
Bam Bam Bron. Oh my God, the Avalanche.
That one, I wouldn't exactly hate that. Bam Bam Bronson.
Like,
Bam Bam
like,
Reed.
what natural like disasters happen in Australia?
Earthquakes.
Psych.
Monsoons.
We got those gimmicks already.
I know.
Monsoon Reed.
Oh my god.
Oh God, no.
Isn't that what you used to call him, James?
No.
No, that was Mansoor.
Mansoor. Gorilla Mansoor. That was
Mansoor. Ooh, Mansoor Bronson. Ooh, Bronson Bronson.
I mean,
Sounds
they've
like a
been
Japanese.
they've had Mansoor out of Carbonite for quite some time now, but it seems like they haven't really pulled the trigger on him on Raw.
I mean, of course they're going to feud him with the guy that looks exactly like him.
Yeah.
Mustafa. Oh, Mustafa.
Mustafa Reed. You know, that might actually,
No, stop fusing gimmicks together.
you know, that might not actually be a bad idea, putting Bronson Reed with Mustafa. You know, as muscle.
No, it's gonna be Bronson Reed feuding with the Alpha Academy.
Oh
Interesting.
God.
Bronson Reed versus Otis in a buffet brawl.
Oh,
Now you
God.
joke about that, but I would pay money to see that.
Who knows? Maybe they'll bring back Nathan Jones to like mentor Bronson.
Wasn't he in jail?
Is he?
I mean, he was. That was the whole gimmick they were going with.
I mean, he was also in oh God, what freaking Mad Max? That's what yeah, he had a huge speaking role and he was Biggest. He was Biggest Maximus.
Well, he's done a couple movies since WWE, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's done a lot. I believe he also didn't he also do the longest yard?
I think you're right about that.
Along with Austin, Goldberg, Nash.
Yeah.
So,
Bob
Karrion Kross is clearly going to be wrestling Johnny Gargano. I don't think they'll match
Why?
because he's Johnny
Because
freaking wrestling.
Johnny Takeover. Johnny Takeover, baby.
I don't think the
Talking
Great
about-
American Bash is considered a takeover, though, Kaluka.
I know. I mean, technically, but he's the man.
But don't make him act like the friggin' face.
I mean, when you think about it, he kind of is.
But Johnny, at this point, it's beginning to get sad that Johnny doesn't want more.
Well, I mean, he wants the NXT Championship, isn't that more?
No,
I think
I don't think he had it. But
I see what he's trying. I see what you're going with. He wants more than, but I feel like Johnny sees everybody coming up on the roster. And is like, shit, I'd rather waste my prime here.
but all these cuts show that not even NXT is safe.
True, but I would be surprised if
He's
NXT.
Like I expect within like the next 3 months, Austin Theory to be released. Somebody put in his place, and Johnny not knowing the difference.
Nah, I don't see it. I can't see that. And the only reason I say that is because, like,
Or Dexter
He's
Lumis
too-
dresses up as Austin Theory.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But that would be funny. Damn, that would be funny.
That would suck. But let's say Johnny Gargano gets the belt off Karrion Kross. Obviously Kross goes to WWE, right? To the main roster.
Yeah, but he won't.
So
You might.
we're thinking that just Bronson is getting called up at this time.
I wouldn't be surprised if this was finally Gargano's time. I think they'd jump at that up there ASAP.
Do they need Dacha and Ciampa on the main roster?
You know what? I say you know what? A second thought. Put the NXT tag titles on Ciampa and Thatcher and put MSK up on the main roster.
That would make more sense, but I mean they invested a lot in MSK as a tag team on NXT just to kind of let them go. I feel like they kind of need them at this point to hold the division up.
But
To be quite honest, they are the division.
yeah. But the thing is, though, is that how will the crowd react?
To an MSK.
Yeah, I mean that's what everything is hinging on.
That's very true. And I mean, at first sight, they don't look like a lot, but they are great competitors inside the ring. So I mean, one like knock them out, drag them out, barn burner match, and I do see that they could get on the good side of the crowd.
But it depends on where they go. Because SmackDown, I feel like the Usos are about to take this division. So, in Raw, it's essentially just AJ and a trainee. So
until they decide to put Riddle with Omos, and then we have Bromos.
Bromos, yes, with MAS like Mas, Bromas.
One of the two other rumors of call-ups was Sachi Blackheart and Scarlett as well. Sachi would be a threat of fresh air, and I think she would maybe drive on the main roster. That being said, that didn't bode well for Ruby Riott, which is
oh god, you took it right out my mouth.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, do you think it would be a matter of personality, or just because she kind of fits that, tattooed, colored hair girl cookie cutter that WWE might not be interested?
I think Shotzi would definitely fare better than
Ruby.
because Shotzi's got the enthusiasm.
That's
You
true.
know, I would love to see Shotzi and Alexa.
The girl in a horror movie is essentially
Like Alexa's trying to do this stuff, and Shotzi's in her tank, and it's evil proof.
it's evil.
Evil proof?
So basically,
Evil
it was
proof.
blessed by a priest.
It's evil proof and Sonata proof.
Sonata proof. Oh my God.
I mean,
No.
come on. If Shayna Baszler can be scared of a reflection in a mirror, there could be an evil proof tank.
Okay.
The thing that is meant for evil is evil proof.
I mean, they could bring
next week on
Sonata.
Netflix.
That would be, just, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you know, and I'm gonna end up going back here. And I'm going back to Bronson Reed. I have a feeling one of the two remaining SmackDown spots is going to go to somebody getting called up.
Ooh. And first and foremost, is Karen Cross versus Johnny Wrestling pegged for Great American Bash? Is that on the card?
I know we have Cole O'Reilly too.
Yeah.
Um,
The women's tag team.
Let's see.
Here we go. MSK versus Ciampa and Thatcher for the tag titles.
That's gonna be a barn burner.
The Way versus Io and Zoe Stark.
Yep.
I know how that's going. Which way that's going.
And title versus Butler. LA Knight versus Cameron Grimes.
Cameron Grimes. Yep.
Yeah.
And then Cole O'Reilly. So then we're expecting it to come soon.
I mean, it's this upcoming Wednesday. Unless it comes out of
Tuesday,
my bad.
It will come out of nowhere, though. I wouldn't be surprised. Like an impromptu match.
I mean, unless it's going to actually build to Cross and Joe in a, that's a feeling I'm having, is that the next takeover isn't going to have an NXT title match. It's just going to be Cross and Joe.
Cross and Joe, yep. But then that would mean Cross would have to lose the belt.
Yes.
No. He doesn't have to lose the belt.
Why would they have a takeover with no title match?
It doesn't. I mean,
Joe doesn't want the title, or he can't challenge for it. It would have to be an unsanctioned match.
Exactly. Yeah.
But that would be hella weird. A takeover, the first takeover where the NXT championship was not defended.
Well, the thing what I'm looking at is.
Wait! I'm lying. I feel like I seen that happen.
Oh, wasn't Cole War Games? One of the War Games when Cole was champion.
Oh yeah, it was War Games with no. Was it?
Yeah, all the War Games.
2 years ago? Was it 2 years ago?
2018, Ciampa and Velveteen Dream for
the title. But we're talking about 2019, which would be fuck, what was it? It would have been because Cole was a champ in 2019. Right?
Takeover Respect did not have an NXT title match.
Which one was Respect?
Bailey and Sasha Iron Woman match.
Oh, because Finn and Joe were in
Yes,
the
that's correct. Yeah.
Dusty class. Okay, but that was because they were trying to do something to the side to build to the title or build to that match, right? But I'm thinking like where it was just like the champion fought in a one-on-one match where he didn't defend the title.
Okay. Takeover Chicago. The title match was not the main event.
Yeah, but the title was on the line, and Take Over Chicago, which I think was what Bate Dunn, which was to me like one of the greatest matches of all time. But
No, it was yeah, that was right, but that was Ciampa and Gargano's last tag team match with Chicago.
yeah,
But World Games 2019, no championship match.
right, because that was when Adam Cole was the champ, and he was in War Games.
Yeah. Now,
See, that's where I'm.
let's say, I mean, Crush could still be a part of NXT for a little while and still make it to the main roster, kind of like Sasha Banks did. There is a good possibility of, Cross attacking Edge at Money in the Bank, kind of starting a feud for SummerSlam. You see that?
But
Happening?
no, because it's gonna be Rollins and Edge, and it's gotta be Rollins and Edge.
So Rollins would have to cost him the title.
And they wouldn't have made such a big deal over Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for a spot in Money in the Bank in a last man standing match if they weren't planning on a surprise entrant.
That is true.
So you see maybe Cross maybe taking a spot in the Money in the Bank?
No, I would think that would go to Bronson Reed.
That would make more sense.
Yeah, because it'd be a good debut and a losing effort type of deal.
I mean, I would say this: if for some reason they decide to put Cross in the match, then I would almost guarantee that Cross is winning. If to be the first ever NXT champion to hold the Money in the Bank contract.
Ooh.
That would be pretty interesting.
It would be interesting, but then that would be like,
imagine if
who the fuck would he cash it in on? Because I feel like both of these champions are gonna have a reign, but I
could kind of sense that Bobby Lashley's reign is kind of on the eve.
Now, before you even say that, here's what I heard, or this is what someone brought an idea of. Someone brought an idea, and this is the funniest thing ever. This was the most interesting thing I heard. Drew McIntyre wins the Money in the Bank, right? But due to Lashley being champion, he can't cash in on Lashley. Due to the fact that he can't get another title shot as long as Lashley is champion, thus furthering the run of Lashley.
And I heard that if McIntyre wins it, he cashes in on that first show back with a crowd.
The first show back with a crowd is SmackDown.
The first Raw, you know what I mean.
So that would be the night after.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Which is what, Dallas?
Yes.
Yeah.
One thing that we haven't talked about for quite some time, and I was thinking about when we were talking about SummerSlam, you're not going to believe what the main event is going to be. It sounds crazy. What about a New Japan star coming? Because WWE was in talks with them, to do something.
Yeah, but that wasn't for SummerSlam. And nothing has come of that.
Unless it's Okada or Naito.
I feel Tana is still a name.
Yeah. I mean, granted,
like,
I was in Long Beach and no one cared if Okada walked across the street after the show, but yeah.
I mean,
No.
we already know John Cena is going to be a part of the show. Tanahashi John Cena match at SummerSlam.
Oh,
No!
No. Why would I want to see Cena fight himself? Like,
I'd rather see John Cena fight Luke Gehrig's disease.
Oh, gotcha.
I'd rather try to see him fight the Fast and Furious 12 because I feel like he's going to be in like 18 of them bitches.
I'd rather see John Cena fight Deckard Shaw. No,
See him fight Taiwanese language.
unless it's the Rock Cena 3, loser has to lead the Fast and Furious franchise.
You're gonna see Vin Diesel come in and cheat, try to get Rock off of that bitch.
You have Diesel cheating for Cena, and you have Roman
cheating for The Rock.
Well, I mean, Roman was in those movies.
I need a Hobbs and Shaw too, damn it.
And then Ryan Reynolds comes down and says, "You're both fired."
Oh God.
Oh my God, I feel like we could push that. We could let's book it.
Yeah. WrestleMania. What's coming up? 33? No.
30.
The Torettos versus the Usos. I mean, and Kushida versus Han, and Tyrese and Ludacris versus Hit Row.
That makes sense.
I would love to see Luda rap battle Swerve though.
Yeah,
but you got to get like DJ Khaled to battle Top Dollar or Dollar King.
As long as there's nobody against Bow Wow, because Tokyo Drift was the worst.
Another one.
Another.
Not another one.
That'd be the match that nobody would be cheering for Bow Wow in.
I mean, if Bow Wow can invent a fucking rocket car that goes to space.
I mean, someone said he was the Michael Jordan of rap a couple days ago on Versus. See this pop reference?
Michael Jordan is the Michael Jordan of rap. I mean, Bow Wow couldn't even win the Masked Singer, so.
I mean, singers don't rap. Rappers don't sing unless you're T-Pain.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
You realize that the friggin' the Masked Singer up until this past season had the first white winner. Oh, I'm sorry, first male white winner. I'm forgetting about that stick Leanne Rhymes. Not that that's relevant to this in any way. We're off on a fucking tangent. We ain't coming back.
Let's talk
that's
about.
That's how slow it is.
Let's talk about AEW now. If you watched this last Wednesday, there was nothing like WWE Dynamite.
There was nothing like. If you were watching on Wednesday, then I don't know what you were watching because wasn't it on Friday?
Pretty much. I mean,
this last Wednesday, AEW was on.
Yeah, it was on Wednesday. Yeah,
it was on Wednesday.
It was the Saturday. They went Saturday, Wednesday. Shout out to Jungle Boy, lost the match, got the girl though. Woo woo, boy.
When she comes back, she'll be Jungle Girl.
No, it'd be like the whole Tarzan thing.
She'll be Jane.
Yes, she'll be Jane.
You Jungle Boy, me Jane.
Yes.
But now they gotta really like get like a friggin' like tree swing.
Oh, what now?
There's gonna be a tree swing, and it's gonna be he's gonna do a George of the Jungle gimmick.
Yeah, he's
What?
literally gonna have to swing to the ring now. Like,
Watch
legit.
out for that tree!
You know, I
And
don't
Sonny
think
it.
that Jungle Boy maybe lacks the enthusiasm to actually do that. It kind of seems like he has a great gimmick. He has a song that people sing along to, but when it actually comes to maybe talking and doing promos, he kind of lacks in that department.
So let Marco
Well,
do it.
well, like our upcoming interview said, the song is over. The wrestler's not over.
Alex Kane in 2 weeks.
Entirely from
Shout out Alex Kane. He rooted for the Hawks, and we got to win. Good job.
nobody roots for the Hawks.
Fuck it, I do. But anywho. Ah.
Isn't that a falcon?
It could be a hawk, a falcon, or a bird.
It's
One of them
chooses to
damn.
make it. So yeah. Do you see? And Jungle Boy just had his 50th win on AEW Dynamite.
I thought you were about to say his 50th birthday.
Wait a minute, 50th win? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, apparently he has 50 wins. Who knew?
How the fuck? Wait a minute. So, wait a minute. They've been on 2 years and he got 50?
I guess they're counting Dark Elevation.
I believe so. Yes.
And I guess they're
Down with the darkness? Oh.
I guess they're counting all the eliminations he's ever had in Battle Royals.
Well,
I'm like, I haven't even seen him 50 times. How the fuck you get 50 wins?
I mean, you know how Tony Schiavone is with, making up, win and loss records.
very true. Maybe he was on WWE Dynamite and we just didn't see it.
Unaired episodes of WWE Dynamite, you're correct.
Woohoo! Whoa, JR, puppies!
The month of July, it seems like every Wednesday is gimmicked for AEW. Does that help them, or does it make you really not give a fuck about what they're doing?
Well, like I said,
Road Rager, Firefest. Yeah, Firefest.
No, wrong one.
Vital Fest.
Fighter Fest. Thank you.
Fighter Fest. Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Not Fire Fest.
Yeah. Vital Fest.
Fighter Fest.
Fight for the Fallen, and I think there's like one more, all in July.
Fighter Fest for the Fall in July.
Road Rager.
Fighter Fest for the Roll-In and the Fall and the hey and the.
Yeah, they just got a lot going on.
On WWE Dynamite.
It's like that. It's almost like one long Chikara name show.
I mean, we'll see, because now they can't blame the NBA playoffs. Just know that.
Very true.
They could.
Because people were trying to boycott. People were literally trying to petition for them to change the NBA playoffs. Like, the NBA playoffs is like the biggest fucking thing on that channel. Like, get the fuck out of here.
I mean, part of me
like a protest where nobody comes.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Part of me thinks that it's AEW's attempt to kind of counteract the fact that everything is opening back up.
Because they were taping.
And they're and they're trying to keep people home this time, which they should have done before.
But that would be the opposite of. Never mind. I mean, okay. It is what it is.
You will never hear the sentence, "Nah, I don't want to go out. I'm afraid I'm gonna miss AEW Dynamite."
Yeah, no. Alright,
Well,
I think I'll conclude this episode of Wrestling Right.
I think that will conclude life.
I'm. Except for, wait a minute, wasn't there like a little thing going on, like Bully Ray and Eddie Kingston? Like Eddie Kingston keeps trying to pop on WWE, and Bully Ray's like, bro, you weren't even there. What the hell? Like I could see Jericho and Cody, they were there. Like you didn't even go to the school. Like what the fuck?
Like,
You didn't even go here.
you're not
You know
Kofi.
you didn't even go here. Shout out Bianca.
I mean,
I
isn't that just like,
He can't help it. He can't help it if he has a heavy set flow and a wide set vagina.
What?
I mean, if we're quoting Mean Girls,
Oh my god. I mean, it's just Eddie's getting a rise out of AEW marks, and Bully Ray is just being a shock jock at this point, trying to get some traction for uh, Busted Open Radio. So I really don't see anything more of that. I mean, we're not going to see a Bully Ray Eddie Kingston match in AEW, if that's what you're getting at.
Oh, I don't see that happening. I just feel like the war of the Twitter fingers. Twitter fingers turn to trigger finger. Oh no, trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers, or Twitter fingers turn to trigger fingers. I don't. One of those.
Next week on the show, Kaliko, Wrestling with Words.
Oh God, I wrestle with words every day, dude. I got a 5-year-old. Jesus. Goddamn dictionary! I feel like I need a dictionary in my pocket. I mean, did you do the when you did the in the thingy and the
Oh, wait, let me start over.
yes. Oh my God. Woo.
Son of a beat, son of a beat, son of a beat, son of a beat, gun. You thought I was going to say son of a bitch, didn't you? No.
See, at least he know. You know what? He may wrestle with words, but he knows Adam Cole, Bebe, Too Sweet, the Mountie, and whoop that trick. I've done my job.
He's selling life.
Oh, great. So you'll get called in. Yes, he told the teacher to whoop that trick, baby.
Yes. Too sweet, me bro.
Don't mounty me, bro.
No.
Don't you know the Mountie always gets his man?
And with that, we'll conclude this episode of Wrestling with Entertainment. Join us tomorrow as we have a United States Championship, kind of introspective, for July 4th. So, if you can't get enough of us, here's more of us. Of course, this episode was sponsored by Rogue Energy. Use promo code Wrestling with E. Please like, subscribe, comment, vote on YouTube and Castbox. Follow us on social media as well at Wrestling with E on both Twitter and Instagram for all your Wrestling with needs. And you can join us. You can follow us individually as well. I am at JamesJ993. Where can they find Kaliko?
Find me trying to set up my SummerSlam countdown ticker at I am Kaliko.
Where can they find Scooter?
Of course, you can find me at my funeral, bring flowers, and of course on Twitter at ScooterDust, and of course on Twitch along with Rico Constantino Jr. Twitch.tv Smoking Dragons, and beside us 20 stories, come be part of ours.
And of course, join us
And of
this
course, yes, the remix. Oh, yes. And Burger King. And, oh, God.
And of course, join us this Wednesday as well as we interview Janai Kai. For Kaliko Yacht Scooter Dust, I'm James Shea, and this has been Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.